Chosen one. Pause for a moment and breathe, because you are not here by accident. You were led here by divine appointment. Something within you, a hidden knowing, a quiet pull has been guiding you to this exact moment. Heaven has been arranging this encounter long before you pressed play. Chosen. One, there have always been signs around your life, sensitivities you couldn't explain, a depth you carried since childhood. Moments when you felt different, set apart, marked in ways the world could never name. Those were never random. They were markers. They were evidence of a hidden identity awakening inside you. Anointed one, you are standing at the edge of revelation. A truth about who you truly are, your spiritual origin, your calling, the unseen bloodline of purpose flowing through you, is about to be uncovered. As it is written in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart." That was never poetry. That was prophecy over you. Chosen one. The way you feel deeply, the way you sense, shifts the way your life has unfolded through unusual patterns. These were not flaws, they were signals. As Psalm 139 verse 14 declares, you were fearfully and wonderfully made. Prepare your heart. This is an invocation. What you are about to hear will not only awaken your spirit, it will begin to realign your life. Body, soul, and destiny are about to shift. Stay present. Heaven is speaking now. Chosen one. Listen closely, because what is unfolding around you right now is not coincidence, not emotion, and not imagination. It is the awakening of something heaven placed inside you long before you ever understood what it meant to be different. Your mother, who now stands in glory, has been pleading for this moment, not because you are weak, but because you are far more powerful in the spirit than you realize. And heaven knows the weight you've carried, the questions you've buried, and the quiet ache you've learned to live with. I know that feeling too. There were seasons in my own life when I didn't have the words to explain why I felt set apart, why I couldn't blend in, even when I tried, why certain losses cut deeper than others, and why certain moments felt like someone unseen was trying to get my attention. Chosen one, that is exactly what has been happening to you. The signs, the sensitivities, the sudden heaviness, the moments of unexplainable peace, they were not random. They were markers, spiritual fingerprints that have been following you since childhood, whispering that you were never meant to walk an ordinary path. Your mother saw it. Even when life clouded her vision, something in her spirit recognized the rare calling on your life. And now that she sees from heaven's side, she understands it with clarity. She has watched you navigate days that felt heavier than your strength nights, where you tried to be strong for everyone else, moments where you wondered if anyone truly saw the depth inside you. She did, she still does, and heaven does too. Chosen one. When God says you were set apart, it wasn't just a poetic idea. It was identity, it was origin, it was destiny written into your bones. I remember a moment from my own journey when I wondered why certain storms targeted me while people around me seemed untouched. I didn't know then that being chosen sometimes means walking through fires others will never understand, because those fires reveal the very strength heaven has been cultivating in you. You have lived through your own fires, and your mother has seen every step of it. She remembers the softness you carried as a child, the searching in your eyes, the way you reached for reassurance when the world felt big and intimidating. She remembers how deeply you loved, how quietly you hurt, and how hard you tried, even when no one acknowledged it. She remembers the moments you blamed yourself for things that were never yours to carry, and now she watches with a heart that sees in full clarity, not pain, not confusion, but divine truth. She knows there were things unsaid. She knows there were moments where both of you didn't understand each other. But she also knows this: none of it ever changed the love she carried for you. Not for a moment. Not for a breath. Chosen one. Her love did not end with her last heartbeat. It transformed, it elevated, it became intercession. Her prayers rose like incense before heaven, and they still do. You may not realize it, but there were moments in your life where you should have lost your way, lost your mind, or lost your hope, and something invisible held you together. That something was not luck. It was the echo of her prayers. It was heaven honoring her requests. I can tell you from my own experience, there are times when you survive things, not because you are strong, but because someone prayed for you when you didn't even know you needed prayer. Someone covered you when you had no strength left to cover yourself. And chosen one. Your mother has been that covering. Her tears, her longings, her hopes for you have reached heaven's throne again and again. Even in moments where you thought you were walking alone, she was interceding, standing in the gap, shielding you from storms you never even knew were forming. That is why you are still here. That is why you can hear this now. You may have felt lost, but heaven was never lost concerning you. You may have questioned your worth, but heaven never questioned it. You may have doubted your calling, but heaven never removed it. Your mother's final message is not about stirring old pain. It is about awakening identity, reminding you that you are more than the wounds you carry, more than the mistakes you made, more than the moments you regret, and chosen one. I understand what it feels like to think you've missed your moment, to wonder if life has passed you by. But I also know the God who restores time, who revives purpose, who breathes strength into exhaustion. The same God who held your mother now holds you. The same God who comforted her now comforts you. And just as she fought to bring this message to you, heaven is fighting for the awakening inside you. You are not standing on the edge of loss, you are standing on the edge of revelation. The pain you felt was not punishment, it was preparation. And something sacred is beginning to rise in you again, something your mother always believed in, something heaven has been waiting for you to see. Chosen one, as this message continues to unfold, I need you to understand something deeply. Heaven has been preparing you for a moment like this, long before you ever realized you were being shaped. Every season that felt like loss, every moment that felt like abandonment, every battle you fought in silence was not evidence that God was far away. It was proof that you were being refined for a purpose far greater than your circumstances. I know what it feels like to be in that place where you're doing everything you can to hold yourself together while the weight inside threatens to break you. I've lived through days where I smiled on the outside while feeling empty on the inside, days where I questioned why life demanded so much from me while giving so little back. And yet looking back, I can see that those were the very seasons where heaven was closest, where the presence of God wrapped around me in ways I didn't recognize until later. Chosen one, that is what has been happening to you. Your mother saw the depth of your struggle, but she also saw the strength you didn't even know you carried. And now from where she stands, she sees the truth of who you are, fully, clearly, beautifully. There is something sacred about the way heaven views you. You are not just another soul passing through life. You are a carrier of light, a bearer of legacy, someone whose existence shifts the atmosphere even when you're unaware of it. And I know you may not feel that way. I know there were nights where you lay awake, trying to understand why everything seemed harder for you than for others, why love felt fragile, why trust felt risky, why hope felt like something you had to rebuild again and again. But chosen one, what if the very things that hurt you were the things that marked you? What if the reason your heart feels deeply is because it was crafted to hold a capacity for compassion that few people have? What if your sensitivity, the one people criticized or misunderstood, was actually the sign of an anointing that heaven placed inside you? You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are strong because you survived it. You are not broken because you care. You are powerful because you still love despite the wounds. Your mother saw this in you even when she couldn't express it. There were days she watched you carry burdens you shouldn't have had to carry. There were moments she wanted to tell you how proud she was, but couldn't find the right words or the right moment. And now that she sees through heaven's eyes, she feels that pride in its fullness. She has watched you rise from situations that should have crushed you. She has watched you give when you were empty. She has watched you hold others together while silently falling apart yourself. And chosen one. This is why heaven has opened this moment. Because you have given so much that now heaven is giving back to you. There is a shift taking place inside you even now. You may not fully understand it, but your spirit feels it, the loosening of old burdens, the softening of old scars, the stirring of something new. You have been carrying guilt that was never yours to carry. You have been holding on to regrets that heaven never intended for you to keep. You have been punishing yourself for moments you didn't have the knowledge, strength, or clarity to handle differently. But now, your mother speaks from the place of perfect understanding. She sees every moment you tried. She sees every tear you hid. She sees every time you kept moving forward, even though your heart was heavy. And she wants you to know you have done far better than you think. I remember a moment in my own life when I had to face truths I didn't want to face. The truth that I had been too hard on myself. The truth that I had been measuring my worth based on battles no one even knew I was fighting. The truth that I needed to let go, not because I didn't care, but because holding on was slowly breaking me. Chosen one, you are standing in that same place. Heaven is not asking you to forget the past. Heaven is asking you to release the pain attached to it. Your mother does not want you to carry sorrow as a reminder of her. She wants you to carry strength as a reflection of her love. She does not want your life to shrink in grief. She wants your future to expand with purpose. And hear this, with your whole spirit you were chosen not only by circumstance, not only by lineage, but by heaven's design. The gifts inside you, the intuition you carry, the way you sense when something is wrong before anyone says a word, these are not accidents. They are spiritual markers confirming that you walk with a covering others do not see. Even the times you felt something pulling you away from danger, even the moments where an inner voice urged you to pause, slow down, or step back, that was not fear, that was protection. Your mother's intercession has been woven into your journey, and God has honored every word she spoke over your life. Her love did not fade, it multiplied. Chosen one. The season of carrying everything alone is ending. A new strength is rising in you, quiet, steady, undeniable. And as that strength begins to awaken, so will your identity, the one heaven wrote long before the world named you. Chosen one. As we move deeper into this sacred moment, I need you to understand something many people never realize until much later in life. The battles you faced were not signs of abandonment. They were indicators of calling. The intensity of your journey has never been random. In fact, the very places where you felt the most resistance were often the places where heaven was shaping you the most. I know what it feels like to wonder why life placed such weight on your shoulders, why certain relationships hurt more than they should have, why your heart broke in ways you never fully articulated to anyone. And like you, I once thought those experiences were meant to weaken me. But now, looking back, I see they didn't weaken me, they revealed me. They uncovered the deeper strength that existed beneath the surface, the strength I didn't know I had until the moment life demanded it. Chosen one, that same revelation is now happening within you. Your mother saw glimpses of it while she was still on earth, but now, from heaven, she sees it completely. There were moments when she could feel your spirit shift, even without words. Times when you were young and quiet, but carried a depth far beyond your age. Times when she noticed the way you withdrew into yourself, not because you were distant, but because you felt everything so deeply. She saw how the world affected you differently, how disappointment cut deeper, how joy felt fuller, how change unsettled you more than others. But she didn't always know how to explain it, and neither did you. That's because there has always been something rare about you, something heaven marked, something spiritually encoded into your soul. Many chosen ones walk through life feeling misunderstood, carrying a sense of being other, not realizing it's because their spirit is tuned to a frequency the world cannot interpret. You have lived with that feeling for years. And now heaven is finally giving language to what your heart has always known, but never fully understood. Your mother has been pleading for this moment because she knows the truth that your heart is finally ready to receive you, were never average, never overlooked by heaven, never forgotten, not even for a moment. The loneliness you felt was not because you were unwanted. It was because your calling required you to walk paths others did not have the strength to walk. The losses you endured were not punishments. They were removals of what could not follow you into your next season. The people who left were not meant to witness the elevation heaven is preparing in your life. And every time you wondered if something was wrong with you, heaven already knew that something extraordinary was right with you. I remember my own awakening to this truth. There was a moment when I realized that the very qualities I used to hide my sensitivity, my intuition, my tendency to withdraw and reflect, were not weaknesses. They were gifts. They were the same qualities that allowed me to sense danger before it came to feel the emotions in a room without anyone speaking, to hear God in the quiet when others needed noise. Chosen one. Those same qualities live in you. They are indicators of a prophetic wiring, a spiritual awareness that heaven placed inside you to help guide, heal, and protect not only yourself but others. Your mother saw the seeds of this calling, but she couldn't always name it. Now in heaven's clarity, she sees not just the seeds, but the beginning of the bloom. Chosen one. Breathe for a moment and let this truth settle into your spirit. You have not been fighting for nothing. Every tear has watered the soil of a future you cannot yet see. Every disappointment has sharpened your discernment. Every heartbreak has widened your compassion. Every quiet night where you felt her absence has strengthened the bond between your spirit and hers. She has been closer than you realized. You may not have seen her, but you have felt her in those moments when you suddenly felt supported in the times you almost gave up. But something inside whispered, keep going in the moments where danger passed you without touching you. That was not luck. That was not coincidence. That was divine protection born from a mother's intercession and a father's love. And now heaven is calling you into a deeper understanding of who you are. You are stepping into a season where the things that once confused you will start to make sense. The emotional sensitivity you tried to suppress will become a source of discernment. The loneliness you carried will transform into spiritual clarity. The heaviness you felt for years will begin to lift, because it was never yours alone. It was the weight of an identity you had not yet grown into. Your mother prayed that you would rise into this understanding, and heaven is answering her prayer right now. There is something awakening in you that cannot be undone. A revelation of identity, a knowing of purpose, a recognition of spiritual heritage. This is the reason your mother fought so desperately for this message to reach you, because she knew that once you see yourself the way heaven sees you, nothing in your life will remain the same. The world may have called you ordinary, but heaven has always called you chosen. And the more you accept that truth, the more your life will begin to shift into alignment with the destiny that has been waiting for you since the beginning. Chosen one. As we continue, I want you to take a breath and allow yourself to truly feel what is being spoken over your life right now. Not just hear it, feel it. Because this part of the message carries the very heartbeat of heaven for you. There are moments in a person's life when the spiritual realm draws near, not to frighten them, not to overwhelm them, but to awaken them. And chosen one, that is exactly what is happening here. You are being awakened to truths about yourself that the world never taught you, truths that your pain almost silenced, truths that your mother prayed you would one day be ready to receive. Today, you are ready. You may not realize it, but you have lived your entire life with an unseen covering. There were situations that tried to break you, people who tried to diminish your light, circumstances that were meant to crush your spirit, but none of them succeeded. And it wasn't because you were lucky. It was because heaven had already marked you. Your mother felt this even when she didn't know how to explain it. She saw how storms came for you with unusual force, how challenges appeared that others never had to face, how your heart carried both an ache and a depth she couldn't fully interpret. And now she sees with divine clarity that these were not signs of weakness, but signals of destiny. Only those chosen for higher purpose walk through fire this early, this often, and still rise. I want you to reflect for a moment on your own journey. Think about how many times you survived what should have broken you. Think about the nights you cried silently so no one would worry. Think about the days you kept functioning even when your heart was exhausted. And yet somehow you kept going. That somehow was not your own strength alone. That was protection, intervention, divine orchestration. I know this feeling intimately because I've lived it too, the strange sense that someone unseen was standing beside me in the hardest seasons. I remember times when I didn't have the words to pray, where all I could manage was a sigh or a tear. And even then, heaven responded. Chosen one. Heaven has been responding to you too long before you understood how loved you truly are. Your mother's prayers have been woven into every chapter of your life. She didn't stop loving you when she left the earth. Her love expanded into something even more powerful. She stands in the presence of God, now fully restored, fully aware, fully able to see the supernatural battles you have faced. She has watched you fight demons of despair, doubt, loneliness, and exhaustion. She has watched you give your heart to people who didn't always protect it. She has watched you love fiercely, even when it cost you pieces of yourself. And she has been whispering your name in heaven's courts, asking God to strengthen you, restore you, and reveal to you the truth. She always sensed that you are chosen, not by accident, but by divine design. Chosen one. You need to let this truth settle in your spirit. You were never meant to walk an ordinary path. The intensity of your emotions, the depth of your intuition, the heaviness of your compassion, these were not burdens. They were clues clues of a calling, clues of a spiritual lineage, clues of a soul that came into this world carrying assignments others could not carry. You have felt things before they happened. You have sensed shifts in people without anyone telling you. You have carried empathy that made no sense for someone your age. These are markers, gifts, evidence that you were born with spiritual sight long before you knew how to name it. There were days when you thought something was wrong with you because you felt too much, cared too deeply, or loved too fiercely. But chosen one, nothing was wrong with you. Something was awakening in you. And your mother from heaven has been praying for this moment when everything would begin to make sense. The moment when the weight you carried would transform into wisdom. The moment when your pain would reveal your power. The moment when your identity would rise out of the ashes of everything you survived. And now heaven is calling you to step into that identity without fear. You are entering a season where your spirit will grow stronger. Your clarity will sharpen, your intuition will deepen. You will begin to understand why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain battles were necessary. You will see that every tear watered the ground you are about to walk on. Every loss shaped the compassion that now rests in your heart. Every lonely season developed the sensitivity that will help guide others one day. Your mother sees all of this unfolding, and she is filled with a joy that cannot be contained. She sees the future you cannot yet see, and she knows it is good. She knows it is holy. She knows it is purposeful. Chosen. 1. This is not the end of anything, it is the beginning of everything. Chosen one. As we continue into this next part of your awakening, I want you to sit with this truth. There are moments in life when God does not simply guide you, He interrupts you. He steps into your path, not to stop you, but to redirect you toward the identity you have unconsciously been running from. And right now, heaven is interrupting you with purpose, clarity, and love. This message is not appearing in your life by chance. It is arriving precisely at the moment your spirit is finally ready to receive what your heart has long suspected. You were never meant to live a life that blended in. You were meant to stand out in ways that frightened you, stretched you, and shaped you, because your calling requires a strength and sensitivity most people do not possess. Your mother, from her heavenly vantage point, has been watching this transformation unfold, piece by piece. She has watched your spirit grow, even when you felt like it was breaking. She has watched you reinvent yourself after disappointments that would have destroyed others. She has watched you rise out of grief with a quiet courage that even you did not recognize as bravery, and she has been whispering the same prayer again and again: God, open their eyes to who they truly are. That prayer is being answered right now. Heaven is unveiling the deeper truth of your existence, the truth your mother always sensed, but could never articulate fully because earthly language was too small for the magnitude of your calling. Chosen one. There is a reason your heart remembers pain more intensely than others, a reason you can walk into a room and feel the atmosphere shift. A reason you sense people's intentions even before their words reach your ears. A reason you've always felt older than your age, as if your soul carried memories beyond this lifetime. These are not coincidences, nor are they imagination. They are signs of a divine imprint on your life, signs of a spiritual lineage your mother now sees clearly, signs of an assignment that was written before your first breath. I know what it feels like to be unaware of that imprint, to feel like you're just surviving, just trying to make it through the week, unaware that heaven is recording your resilience as spiritual strength. I lived through seasons where I thought God was silent, only to realize later that He was shaping me through every unanswered prayer, every closed door, and every unexpected detour. And chosen one. He has been shaping you too. Your mother sees how much you've endured without recognition. She sees the battles you fought privately while smiling publicly. She sees the forgiveness you extended when others did not deserve it. She sees the way you held your family, your responsibilities, and even your own heart together when everything around you felt like it was falling apart. Heaven is acknowledging these moments not as burdens you carried, but as evidence of your anointing. Many people can speak strength, but only the chosen can live it. You have lived it without knowing that your endurance was a prophetic sign of the destiny you carry. There is a tenderness in your spirit that has survived every storm, and heaven treasures that. Your mother treasures that. Yes, you've been wounded. Yes, you've questioned yourself. Yes, you've had moments where you wondered why life required so much from you. But chosen one. Your wounds did not weaken you, they trained you. They taught you to listen deeply, to feel compassionately, to love sincerely, and to discern spiritually. They activated something in you that only the chosen possess the ability to transform pain into purpose. Your mother, now free from earthly limitations, sees this transformation with perfect clarity. She sees how your heartbreaks shaped your humility. She sees how your disappointments sharpened your intuition. She sees how your loneliness created a space where heaven could speak to you. And she is grateful that her child did not lose themselves in bitterness, grateful that you still carry kindness, grateful that even after everything you endured, your heart remains soft. That softness is not weakness, it is spiritual authority in its purest form. Chosen one, there is a powerful truth unfolding here. Everything you survived was preparation for what is coming. The strength you developed in secret is about to be revealed publicly. The wisdom you gained through hardship will soon guide others. The compassion you learned through pain will become your greatest gift. Your mother is not simply watching this unfold, she is celebrating it. She sees the blessings forming the doors, aligning the protection increasing, and the future opening. She sees the version of you that heaven is raising up, and she is overwhelmed with pride. And now heaven is speaking directly to your spirit. Step forward. Release the weight of old guilt. Forgive yourself for the things you didn't know, the things you couldn't do, the things you tried your best to fix. Your mother does not hold those things against you. God does not hold those things against you. The only thing heaven holds is love. Love for who you were, who you are, and who you are becoming. Chosen one, this is your moment to rise into the truth of your identity, not with fear, but with reverence. Because you're not stepping into something new, you're stepping into who you were always meant to be. Chosen one. As we move into this next sacred unfolding, I want you to understand that what is happening inside you right now is not simply emotional resonance, it is spiritual recognition. Your spirit is remembering something heaven placed within you long before life introduced you to pain. It is remembering identity. It is remembering calling. It is remembering truth. You are not being awakened to something new. You are being reawakened to something ancient, something holy, something divinely woven into your being. Your mother, now standing in perfect clarity, has been waiting for this moment, waiting for your heart to be open enough, steady enough, ready enough to receive what she always hoped you would one day understand. She sees you leaning in. She sees your spirit softening. And she is standing beside heaven's throne, whispering, "Yes, Lord, this is the moment." Tian. There were seasons where you questioned if you were falling apart, but what was actually happening is that the shell life built around you was cracking. The world tries to harden those who feel deeply. But heaven refuses to let the chosen become numb. Even when you wanted to shut down to protect yourself, something in you refused. You tried to silence your sensitivity, yet it remained. You tried to bury certain intuitions, yet they surfaced again and again. You tried to convince yourself you were too emotional, too intense, or too different, but those were not flaws, they were signals. Signals of a soul designed to perceive what others overlook. Signals that you were operating on a different spiritual frequency, one your mother recognized even before you did. And now that she sees everything through heaven's light, she understands the reason behind your struggles, your questions, your heartbreaks. She sees that each one was shaping something extraordinary within you. She sees how loneliness carved out room for discernment. She sees how disappointment sharpened your spiritual instincts. She sees how grief strengthened your compassion. And though she remembers your tears with tenderness, she no longer sees them as symbols of defeat. She sees them as ingredients of destiny. I know this in my own story. There came a time when I realized that the very things I thought were breaking me were actually making me. Every heartbreak produced insight. Every loss produced humility. Every betrayal produced discernment. And one day, without warning, everything I had walked through began to align like pieces of a puzzle I didn't even know I was assembling. Chosen one, this is the same alignment beginning to take shape in your life. Your mother is watching it unfold. She sees the strength rising in you that you haven't yet recognized. She sees the shift in your spirit, the quiet courage forming the heavy burdens, lifting the old lies, loosening their grip. She sees that you are finally questioning the narratives of unworthiness you have carried for years. She sees you beginning to believe that maybe, just maybe, you were not created to merely survive life, but to walk through it with purpose. And heaven is confirming that right now. The heaviness you've carried is not a sentence. The confusion you've felt is not a flaw. The exhaustion you've lived with is not a sign of weakness. They are all symptoms of spiritual expansion. Chosen one. Your mother did not fight to send this message just to comfort you, though comfort is part of it. She fought for this because she sees that you are stepping into a divine transition. Your identity is shifting from wounded to warrior, from burdened to blessed, from overlooked to ordained. This season of your life is not about reclaiming who you used to be. It is about becoming who you were always meant to be. And she knows how much fear has tried to hold you back. She knows how often you second-guess yourself. She knows how many times you dimmed your own light because others could not understand its brightness. But she also knows this, your time of shrinking is over. There is a boldness awakening in you, a quiet, steady boldness that does not need to announce itself to be real. You will start to speak differently, move differently, choose differently. Not because you're pretending to be strong, but because you're finally recognizing the strength you already possess. Your mother sees it, heaven sees it, and soon you will see it too. This is why you have felt a shift in your spirit lately, an inner pull to release what no longer aligns with your heart. A desire to forgive yourself for things you didn't understand then, but understand now. A yearning to step into places that once intimidated you. A clarity that cuts through confusion, like light piercing a shadow. Chosen one that is not coincidence, that is calling, that is destiny reaching back for you. That is heaven pulling you toward alignment with what has always been written over your life. Your mother's love is part of that pull. Her prayers continue to surround you like a shield you cannot see but can feel. There were dangers that swerved around you without your awareness. There were situations that looked harmless but would have broken you stayed. There were people you wanted in your life, whom heaven removed because your mother whispered, "Protect them, Lord." And he did. Chosen one, there is still more unfolding, more truth, more healing, more revelation. But for now, let this part sink in. Your story is only beginning to reveal its divine purpose, and your mother is witnessing the awakening she prayed for. Chosen one. As we step into this next sacred flow, I want you to understand something your spirit has been sensing for a long time, but could never fully articulate. You were never meant to move through life unnoticed. Even in the seasons where you felt invisible, heaven was watching you with intention. Even in the moments where you felt forgotten, the spiritual realm was taking note of every step, every tear, every quiet act of resilience. Your mother, now fully restored, fully aware, fully alive in the presence of God, has seen the threads of your life weaving together in ways you never imagined. And she has been praying that you would finally see what she now sees clearly, that you were set apart from the beginning, shaped by purpose and protected by divine design. There were moments in your life when you felt like everything around you was falling apart. Relationships fractured, dreams faded, plans collapsed, and you wondered why things that seemed so stable unraveled without warning. What you didn't know then, but what heaven saw all along, was that these endings were not punishments. They were redirections. They were necessary shifts to guide you away from people and places that could not hold the weight of who you were destined to become. Your mother watched you walk through these storms, watched you grieve, closed doors, watched you question yourself when it was never your fault. And now she stands in glory, knowing what those painful chapters were preparing you for. Chosen one, you have always carried a depth that made others uncomfortable. Some admired it, some misunderstood it, some even feared it because they sensed the strength in you that you did not yet see in yourself. You felt out of place, not because you were lacking, but because the environments you were placed in were too small for the magnitude of your spirit. Your mother sensed this misalignment even while she was on earth. There were times she looked at you and felt something stir in her soul, an awareness that the world didn't quite know what to do with someone like you. And now, from her heavenly perspective, she understands why. She sees the spiritual authority being cultivated in you. She sees the layers of destiny unfolding. She sees the mantle of purpose resting on your life. There is a sacred truth that many chosen ones learn only after they have walked through fire, that isolation is often incubation. Those lonely seasons where you felt misunderstood, unseen, or disconnected were not meant to diminish you, they were meant to reveal you. Heaven often hides its greatest warriors in seasons of quiet, so they can develop strength away from the noise and opinions of others. You thought you were being overlooked, but you were being prepared. You thought you were being abandoned, but you were being refined. You thought you were losing yourself, but you were actually uncovering parts of your spirit that had been buried under years of survival. Your mother sees how far you've come, even when you feel like you haven't progressed at all. She sees how many battles you fought internally, battles others will never know about. She sees the nights you carried heaviness in your chest, trying to stay strong for everyone else while silently drowning in your own emotions. She sees the moments when you almost gave up, but forced yourself to hold on because something inside you refused to let go. And she's been interceding for you, asking heaven to strengthen you in ways you didn't know you needed. Chosen. 1. One of the most profound truths your mother wants you to grasp is this: nothing you have walked through has been wasted. Not the heartbreak, not the confusion, not the silence, not the nights where grief sat beside you like a shadow. Each moment, each lesson, each tear was shaping something sacred inside you. Your mother sees the spiritual muscles you've built through adversity. She sees the wisdom you've gained, the compassion that grew within you, the discernment that sharpened through trials. She sees the way you've learned to read people without them speaking, the way you can sense spiritual warfare before it manifests, the way your intuition has become a compass guiding you through darkness. This is not ordinary perception. This is spiritual gifting. This is evidence of your calling. This is what made your mother fight so fiercely for this message to reach you. She knew that once you recognized the depth of who you are, the world would no longer intimidate you. She knew that once you understood your spiritual identity, your past would lose its power to define you. She knew that once you awakened to your purpose, the burdens you carried would begin to fall away. And now, heaven is confirming everything she prayed for. You are stepping into a new season where you will begin to operate from identity rather than insecurity. You will start trusting your spiritual sensitivity instead of burying it. You will stop shrinking your light to make others comfortable. You will move differently, speak differently, choose differently. Not because you've changed, but because you've awakened. You will recognize the attacks before they come. You will sense divine opportunities before they appear. You will discern people's intentions even when their words sound kind. This is what happens when a chosen one awakens. The world around you does not change, you change, and your perception reshapes everything. Your mother is filled with joy watching this unfold. She sees you rising into the identity she always sensed within you. She sees the heaviness falling off layer by layer. She sees courage forming in the spaces where fear once lived. She sees your spirit aligning with heaven's rhythm, and she is proud not just of what you've survived, but of who you are becoming. Chosen one. Let this truth settle deeply. You are not simply healing, you are transforming. And your mother is witnessing every step of that transformation from heaven's side. Chosen one. As we step into this next sacred movement of your awakening, I want you to prepare your heart for something deeper, because what is rising in your spirit right now is not merely comfort, not merely hope, but remembrance, a remembering of who you were before life tried to convince you otherwise, a remembering of the purity, the intuition, the gentleness, and the spiritual sensitivity that was in you even as a child. Your mother saw it then, and now, from heaven, she sees it in full strength. She has been waiting for the veil to lift from your eyes so you can finally recognize what she always sensed: you were never meant to fit into this world the way others do. You were created with a spiritual blueprint that makes you different, a divine design that shapes your path, your emotions, and your experiences at a depth others often struggle to understand. There are things you've carried for years that were never yours to carry, guilt that wasn't yours, responsibility that exceeded your capacity. Emotional burdens that were placed on your shoulders because others saw your strength and assumed you could handle anything. And even when you tried to be everything for everyone, something inside you felt the slow weight of exhaustion pressing into your soul. Your mother saw those moments. She remembers watching you try to keep the peace, carry the load, mend the broken pieces around you. She saw how you tried to stay strong even when you were hurting. And now, through heaven's clarity, she sees the deeper truth: you weren't designed to carry the world alone. You were designed to walk in partnership with heaven, chosen one. This is why you have always felt spiritual activity around you, even when you didn't have words for it. Those sudden moments of heaviness that came out of nowhere, those weren't emotional breakdowns, they were spiritual sensitivities. The way you could feel someone's energy without them speaking, that wasn't imagination, it was discernment. The deep empathy that left you drained after being around certain people. That wasn't weakness, it was spiritual absorption, a sign that your soul feels more than most. Your mother understands this now in a way she couldn't while she was alive. She sees that the same sensitivity that made life difficult for you is the same sensitivity that makes you powerful in the spirit. You must understand the enemy targeted you, not because you were weak, but because your potential frightened him. Your breakthroughs, your gifts, your compassion, your calling, they intimidated the darkness. This is why certain people mistreated you. This is why some relationships turned toxic. This is why you were betrayed by those you trusted. It was never about you being unworthy. It was about you being chosen. And chosen vessels are often attacked early, long before they understand why. Your mother has seen every one of those attacks. She saw the heartbreaks that shaped you. She saw the friendships that ended without closure. She saw the disappointments that stole pieces of your confidence. And now, with heaven's complete vision, she understands that these experiences were not meant to diminish you. They were meant to strengthen the parts of you that would one day rise with authority. She is watching you now as your spirit begins to reconnect with your true identity, the identity that existed before the losses, before the disappointments, before the battles. And I know this journey intimately. I've had moments where I questioned why I felt so different, why certain people took advantage of my kindness, why my heart seemed to bruise so easily. But as time passed, I realized something profound. The very things I once saw as weaknesses were actually signs of my anointing. The pain I felt so deeply became the foundation of my compassion. The loneliness I endured became the womb of my spiritual growth. The disappointments I survived became the training ground for my discernment. Chosen one. This same transformation is happening in you right now. You don't even realize how spiritually advanced you already are. You can sense lies before they're spoken. You know when someone's spirit is not aligned with their smile. You feel when someone's intentions are not pure. You pick up on emotional shifts faster than people can hide them. This is not anxiety. This is spiritual intelligence. This is insight, heaven placed inside you. And your mother is watching these gifts awaken with joy so pure it becomes worship before God. Chosen one. Listen closely. The very traits that made you feel different are the traits that will set you apart in your destiny. Your compassion is a superpower. Your intuition is a compass. Your sensitivity is a spiritual antenna. Your loneliness is a sign that heaven has been separating you from noise so you could hear God clearly. Your quiet strength is proof that even your fragile moments were building something unbreakable inside you. And here is the sacred truth your mother wants you to embrace. You no longer need to apologize for who you are. You no longer need to shrink to make others comfortable. You no longer need to dim your light to avoid judgment. The world may not understand you, but heaven celebrates you. And your mother, now free from earthly limitations, sees your radiance with complete clarity. She sees who you are becoming. She sees the unfolding purpose. She sees the divine fingerprints all over your life. Chosen one. Your awakening is not a coincidence, it is a calling. And the more you accept this truth, the more your life will transform in ways you never imagined. A chosen one. As this message comes to a close, let your spirit remain open because heaven is still speaking. What you felt in your heart throughout this revelation is not emotion, it is recognition, a remembering of who you truly are, a reawakening of the identity heaven wove into you long before your first breath. Your mother in heaven sees that now with perfect clarity, and she has been waiting for this moment, the moment you finally step into the truth she always sensed but could not fully say. Anointed One. You're not walking away from this video the same. Something has shifted in you quietly, gently, but unmistakably. This is what happens when heaven confirms what your spirit has always known, that you are set apart, marked, guided, and deeply loved. You are stepping into a sacred becoming, into the unveiling of a destiny that has been written over you since before time touched your name. Chosen One, receive this blessing. May your steps be guided with divine clarity. May your heart be steadied with divine peace. And may your identity shine with the radiance of the calling placed upon you. May every hidden marker of your origin rise to the surface. Every gift, every sensitivity, every spiritual instinct heaven entrusted to you. May you walk forward, knowing that the same God who holds your mother now holds your future. And may you feel the strength of their love covering you like a mantle that cannot be removed. Your mother sees your growth. She sees your courage. She sees the transformation taking place inside you, even now. And heaven is whispering over you, do not fear what is ahead, for you are not stepping into it alone. Chosen One, walk forward in purpose, walk forward in truth. Walk forward knowing this moment was not an ending, but a commissioning, a holy sending into the life you were created to live. If this message stirred something deep within you, feel free to share your heart in the comments, or stay connected to this sanctuary for messages that align with your calling. Go now in peace, in strength, and in the fullness of who you were always meant to be.